Hello and welcome, everyone. This is Robert Blackman. I'm very excited tonight to introduce to you the #1 team builder in a network marketing company. So I want you to grab a pen and paper. I want you to get in a place where there's no other distractions, because you're actually going to hear from someone who made it to the top, the #1 recruiter in this particular program, and someone that I know that you're going to fall in love with, someone who's a dear friend of mine, and someone who really cares about the business, the actual industry itself. And tonight's not going to be a pitch fest. Tonight is actually going to be educational, that you'll be able to take away from tonight's presentation and have some real meat and potato training that you can take to your current business. Now, if you're currently in a network marketing company, you're going to want to jump all over what Kim is doing. If you're not in a network marketing company, take some notes, because you'll have an opportunity to work with her and her team. So, #1, my name is Robert Blackman, and I'll be introducing tonight Kim Klaver and her How to Get 100% Open Rate particular program. Now, who am I? I've got a couple of books on Amazon.com. You can see a picture of those up there. I've also done a 2.5-hour postcard recruiting secrets program. That's how Kim and I really have fell in love with each other, and what we do is because we love postcard marketing, we love direct mail marketing. At age 50, I've been in network marketing for 32 years. And so I'm going to be presenting tonight Kim, and let me tell you just a little bit about Kim herself and some of the products that she's done. Maybe you're a former customer of hers. Maybe you would like to be a customer of hers. #1, she's created a book called If My Product's So Great, How Come I Can't Sell It? I love that book. The second one is The Art of Recruiting in a Skeptical Marketplace. The third one is 100 Customers in 100 Days. The fourth one is the book that I have called The Truth, What It Really Takes to Make It in MLM. And then the last one is Rules for the New MLMer. So if you're brand new to the business, there's actually something that you can get from her that will help you with scripts and so on. Also, where is Kim on the internet today? How can you connect with her after this training tonight? She has a website called bananamarketing.com. She's also got iPhone apps, two apps right now that you want to get hold of. If you're an iPhone person, definitely get those after the training tonight. She's also got another website called KimKlaverBlogs.com, and you can also connect with Kim on Facebook. She's on there every single day. That's how she and I Facebook on our iPhone with each other, and that's how we communicate, and that's how we build our business together. Now, before we get started tonight, you have already, since you've opted in, have received an email from us. You're going to get 2 bonus gifts in addition to tonight's training. #1 is a gift from me. It's a 60-minute video called How to Use Direct Mail in an All-Digital World. You're going to love that. It's a 58-minute video training. You can watch it on your iPhone if you want to. The #2 bonus gift that you're going to get tonight is directly from Kim. It's that 365-page book that I just talked about. If My Product's So Great, How Come I Can't Sell It? Guess what? You're going to get that right now. So check your email box for my free video and also for Kim's book. Now, a couple of things here before we get started. I want you to have some fun tonight, and I also want you to realize that what Kim has done is very, very unique. But it's also very, very easy for you to duplicate it. So Kim's been in network marketing for over 24 years. She's also built up 3 different businesses to the #1 position in those companies. And for just the last 14 years, she's been out in the field doing training of other network marketers. So she's been a trainer for the last 14 years. She has a bunch of audios, videos, and books to help you, of course, and for you to get customers and new distributors. So anyway, after not having built a group for 14 years, she started experimenting with a card sending service. Here's what happened. On April 18th, she joined 2012, and 5 months later, by September 30th, she was the #1 team builder in her program. #1 team builder out of 150,000 reps. And it's not just so important that Kim did it, because we all hear these stories, success stories, that just drive us all crazy. So-and-so did this. And we all say, and I said, yeah, that's easy for you. You're an author. You've been in the business a long time. Guess what Kim did? She was #1, and guess who was #2? Somebody on Kim's team that she had personally sponsored. So not only can Kim do it, she can teach it, and that's what this is all about today. So #1 and #2 team builder. Vic's on Kim's team out of 150,000 reps in this program. Kim, how in the world did you do it?
I'm delighted that you asked. I can't wait to tell. One of the big things about making a marketing success of whatever your business is you need to know somebody's biggest, fattest problem, number one. And two, you need to know firsthand for sure that you have what you call a wow fix. I mean, something that really, really works. And here's the problem that the people that I'm concerned about have. Their email isn't working like it used to. They'll have created a list, 100 people, 500 people, 1,500 people, 15,000 people, but somehow when they send out emails, there seems to be almost no response. It's as if almost nobody reads your emails, even though you spend a lot of time crafting them, you think about them, you think about the people on your list, and they're not reading your emails. That's what it seems like. And in fact, they're not. And you know why? Because they don't open the emails. People aren't opening emails anymore, and if you've got an email account, which obviously you do, you're going to know that you don't open all the emails anymore. And you can sit and cry about it as much as you want. Why don't people open my emails? What is wrong here? And the problem is so big, in the last couple of years, they've decided to give it a name. They call it email open rate. And what is an email open rate? Well, let me tell you. The percent of people that actually open your email. And some of it isn't even delivered. This is of the email that actually is delivered. When you hit send, some of the email just goes off into cyberspace and doesn't even get to the other person's email box. So here's what an open rate looks like. If you send out 100 emails, so you have a list of 100 people, maybe 90 of them are actually delivered to those people's email boxes. Of those, 15 people open it. That gives you a 16% open rate. 15 people out of 90 that received it saw it in their email box, clicked open. That means 84% of the people to whom you sent your message don't even see it. How are you going to make any progress with your offer and with your messages if 84% of the people that you send it to don't even see it? And if you think that's bad, if you're a big marketer, that means somebody who's got a really big email list, like, for example, 5,000 people, 10,000 people, 15 or 20,000 people. Some guys have and some women have 80 or 90,000 people. The open rate, that is the percent of people that actually open those emails, is even smaller, like 8.6%. So that means basically that when you send out an email and you have a big list, 91.4% of the people typically never see your message. They never see it. And if you're a big marketer or small marketer, everybody cries the same way, which is, why don't they open my emails? And here's the reason. We all know. If you've got a computer and you're sitting in front of it right now, you look at your email box, the computer is like blowing out emails to the point where people just cannot even stand it. And that is the problem. There's too much for people to open. So that is why the open rate, the percent of people that open your email, anyone's email, is so small. We all experience it every day. So there's an alternative to that I've used years ago, but I rediscovered recently, and that is 100% open rate, nice and old-fashioned, and here's what it is. Don't laugh. They're real cards that are delivered to your door. And it sounds kind of strange in a 100% digital world, I guess, to think about something as simple as a postcard, but I'm here to tell you that when people get cards, and ask yourself, when you get cards in your mailbox, do you open them, yes or no? The difference is that with an email, if you send 100 emails, 16 people are going to see it. If you send 100 cards, 100 people will see it. And you have to ask yourself, which open rate do you want? Do you want 16%, 16 out of 100 people to even see what you put in your email, your message, your offer, whatever you've got? Or do you want 100% people to see what it is? And that's the reason I am so keen on this particular business. I really love the idea of getting my message out to every single person to whom I send it. So that's really the question. Have you thought about 100% open rate for yourself? What would happen to your business if you could get that? And of course, there's a downside. Isn't it expensive? And actually, the old way, it was sort of expensive. If you've ever been to Walgreens, you know that a Hallmark card is $3 to $5 plus postage. With this arrangement, this is one of those few companies, few examples, where the prices here are less than the prices that you get on the street, as we say. Here, you can send out a card for $1, and that includes postage, delivered to the door. that's, of course, what makes it so appealing, because it's efficient and it's less expensive, and you can still put in a personal touch. You can use your own signature if you want without ever touching the card. The part I like is no licking, no sticking, no schlepping. You can choose from tens of thousands of cards, and if you have an inner Picasso like I do, or you think you do, you can make your own. For example, when you get on the website, if you're a member here, these are the kinds of images that you'll see. You can choose from all different sorts of cards, whether they're birthdays or sympathy cards or whether they're congratulations cards, you name it, there's one there. And they have all kinds of fun cards. For example, they have risque cards. Imagine getting a card like this. Certainly that's going to be opened. They have funny cards with the frog and the prince. And if you want to create your own, which is what I like doing, you get templates like this, whether it's a postcard or a greeting card or a 3-panel card. You can make your own, drag in your own pictures. You can create images. Whatever you can create and put on your computer, you can drag it in here and put it on the front of the card to show somebody. Now, there is a downside. I got to tell you, you have to like your computer. This is done on a computer. You choose the cards on a computer, and when you hit send, the company prints and stuffs and mails. So if you don't like your computer or you can't stand being on it, this might not be such a good thing for you. But if you like your computer and you like the idea of surprising people, both people in your marketplace and people that you care about, this might be something for you. So anyways, this is how I became the #1 team builder in my company, because I know what it is that my people want. Let me tell you who my people are. For me, my personal marketplace. They're network marketers, they're small business owners, and they're direct sellers. And all of them want to be like Apple in one huge way. They want lines of customers outside their door. They want lines of reps outside their door, people waiting for them to buy what they've got. And I showed these folks a way to get 100% open rate strategy. All of them do email. Everybody does some sort of email, and they all know what miserable results they get, and they never knew that most people don't even see their email. So guess what most people said when I showed them 100% open rate strategy? Ooh. Now, some people do different things with these cards. You can use cards for birthdays and holidays and thank yous. You can load up credit cards, Starbucks cards, Target cards, American Express cards. You can send books. They have all kinds of stuff. So for people who like using cards and just want to get a better deal and do it for less, this is an option for folks like that. Plus, you can automate everything. So you can set people's birthdays up, and the system sends you a reminder. You know, it's Lulu's birthday. Oh, okay, great. Or you can send campaigns, 5 or 6 cards automatically sent every 2 or 3 months, depending on what you're doing. Okay? So you ask yourself, would having 100% open rate help you in your business? Regardless of what you're marketing, would it help you, yes or no? That's the first question. Secondly, do you think a 100% open rate strategy can help Apple wannabes? People who are in business for themselves, who want more customers and they want more reps, basically, so they can make more sales. So that's the 100% open rate strategy that I've been using to build myself to the #1 spot in this company. And this is something that I'm offering you, and you can use it to help yourself or you can use it to help others. So are you ready? Here is what you want to do next if you'd like to play. You can test the card sending service. And, you know, again, if you're sort of shy and you're not sure about this, try the tiny one. I mean, believe me, it'll be all right. $9.80. That gets you 10 missives. That is to say 10 messages. They could be tips on somebody's fridge, like floss the tooth you want to keep. That might be a message that the dentist sends to his clientele. Or you can do a $31 option, which is 40 messages that you can put on cards. So that's how many cards you can send out for doing that. Okay? Or if you really want to go whole hog, you can become a rep on our team. And that's, you pay $395 to the company, obviously. And then you can learn how to do all this stuff yourself. And second, help other people do that stuff and be paid to do that. That's exactly what I'm doing right now with all of you. You have a chance to either test the service or you have a chance to become a rep and do exactly what we're doing. Okay? So here's what you do. You go here. The company name is sendoutcards.com, and you might have to open up another browser. So just open up a new window, move it over, and open that thing up. And here's what you do. You will see a page that looks like this at the top, Send Out Cards, and it'll have on the left, you'll see the Send Out Cards. and where I show the blue circle, it says Join Now. Just look for that at the top and click on that page. When you do, it'll give you a page that looks like this with a space to put your sponsor ID. Okay? And I'm going to give you the number to enter in just a minute. These are the screens that you'll see. As soon as you put in that number, which I'll give you in a second, you'll see three options on the screen. One is the $31 customer, and the other is the retail customer for $9.80, or you can do what they call the MD, which is the marketing distributor for the $3.95. That's the whole enchilada. Now, if you decide on the customer options, let me show you another screen you'll see, so you won't be surprised. You want to add postage. So if you click on the $31 option or the $9.80 option, they'll give you this, what you see in the middle here, the add expense funds, and that $5 or $10 is postage. And you want to pick $5 or $10 because the postage is obviously separate. Okay? So here's what we'd like you to do. After you sign up, contact me or Vic. Here's the email right there. You can see it on the screen. And then ask yourself, what if it works for you like it did for me? Okay? So here's the bottom line. If you want to get 100% open rate, try one of these options and then go to sendoutcards.com, sendoutcards.com. And when you get to that sponsor ID number, you'll see it right here, and it's 152195. That's the sponsor ID for this, and the person you'll see there, her name is Maria, M-A-R-I-A, and that's a member of our team, so you'll know that you'll be on the right team. So pick the option that you want, and then give both of us an email and send us your receipt so we know what you did, and then we'll contact you within 24 hours and set up a time to chat and get you started. So that's what I wanted to convey to you, and Rob, back to you.
Kim, just a quick question, just listening to you. The information is just valuable, and it's just so common sense in an all-digital world, how all of us are so busy with voicemails. I mean, I have lots of voicemails I can never even get to. I have a lot of people telemarketing me, and I hear their voicemail and I delete it. I get a lot of emails like you, Kim, but when the mail comes, I sit down at the kitchen table and I go through it. So I know from a common sense purpose this works. Now, you and Vic both were the number 1, number 2 recruiter in your company. Were the majority of these people already in a business when you talked to them and they came in, or were they brand new people that came in?
All of them had either been in a network marketing company before or they were in one. So everybody had some experience with network marketing, and some of the people were in direct sales companies, and other people had been in the real estate business before. So everybody I spoke with pretty much had been in a business, had a business of their own before, so they knew how important it was to find some way to get more customers and more reps offering their products.
Well, you know, one of the things I found fascinating when I joined with you, Kim, I use this service to mail postcards to people who had been with me before. You know, those type of people you go, well, if I call them again, they won't get in with me. I've called this person before in another program. Sending a card helped me bring people out of the woodwork and getting my old list together. So if someone's sitting on this call tonight saying, yeah, I've tried network marketing before, guess what? It's different when the card shows up in their mailbox because you now become real. Now, Kim, real quickly, this is how they get started tonight. Review the 3 packages again to make sure and kind of tell me exactly, you know, who joins each one of these 3 different types of packages.
Well, okay, what I normally suggest is if you're a little bit on the fence about this, relax, don't worry. Nobody's going to push you into anything because we don't want anybody who's pushed in. We don't want to be pushed, and we don't want to push. If you're not sure, try the small option, the $9.80 option. It's a monthly thing, and what you can do is test it for a month, and if you don't love it, assuming that you send out the cards, you send out your 10 cards, and you don't love it after, you cancel. So that's the $9.80 option. If you're pretty confident that you've got like 50, 60 customers or maybe 100 people or 200 people, those are the people who sign up for the $31 option because you get more cards and they're slightly less expensive. In the one case, the $31 case, you're paying like 61 cents a card, 62 cents. And on the $9.80 option, you're paying 98 cents. So it's the difference between 98 cents and 62 cents a card. And you can send out, obviously, more cards for the $31. The people who sign up for the distributorship are people who know that they have other people in their lives, whether it's the local real estate person, whether it's another network marketer, whether it's another direct seller, anyone who has something they want to get out there, whether it's a physical product or a digital product, that they want to show to other people. Cards are a marvelous way to do this because people see it and it's real. So those are the options.
Well, and what was really great for me too, Kim, I've been in the printing business all my life. As a matter of fact, I ran a printing press in high school and college. I owned a printing company. And when I first logged in, I was a little bit, I was nervous. I was going, what do I do? I was on the phone with you, and I have talked with you, and you walked me through the simple steps. It took even me just a little bit of nervousness to get through it and go, oh, well, this is simple. So what I love about being on your team is I know that you and Vic will help everyone that comes in at any of these three packages. Is that right?
That's exactly right. It doesn't matter because we want to help you get your message out. I think doing cards in this digital world is just one of the most marvelous, contrarian, anti-establishment activities that you can do, which is why I do it. It gets attention from the people that you want. You don't want to be the same as everybody else. Why would you want to build an email list knowing now that, 7 or 8% of the people open it and the rest don't? Why in the world would you want to do that? I don't want to be like that. It's just a question of being more effective and making sure that if you believe you've got something that people can use, you've got to test the cards, at least test them and see what happens. That's what I would recommend that you do because that's your big risk. You got to test it and try it and do it, so to see what happens. That's what I would do. That's what I did. I had never intended to build this company, really. I didn't. Somebody hired, I do a lot of copywriting, and this lady said, well, Kim, there's this company that has cards. And I said, well, I know, but, can you make your own? I want to make my own cards. If I want to do a marketing campaign for you, I want to make my own cards. And she said, yeah, you can make your own. Really? So it happened that I knew the top distributor in the company, so I called him up and said, hey, can you actually make cards? I mean, I can make my own, put my own art, put my own messages. And he said, yeah, you can do it. So just show me. So he did. He opened his account to me and said, look, Kim, here's how you do it. And I signed up that day to do marketing campaigns through the cards. And then I fell in love with it. And I thought, well, God, this is so cool. We could help so many people get their message out. And that's what I've been doing ever since. And it went so well. We, Vic and I took first and second position in this company contest they ran for 150,000 reps over 5 months, and we came in number 1 and number 2 by pretty far, too, using this strategy. So I would invite you to check it out and test it, and you put in some effort so we see how it works, and we'll be standing right with you to do it and make sure that you can do it and put the word out and test it. Because what if it works for you like it's been working for us?
That's phenomenal, Kim. And, hey, thank you tonight for sharing with all of us how you did it, your story a little bit, and also giving out the free bonuses that you did tonight. So if you're listening right now and you're watching this and you want to get started, go to sendoutcards.com, enter the sponsor ID number that you see on the screen right now, and as soon as you do that, make sure that you email the receipt to both Vicki and to Kim, and pick up the phone and give them a call, and they'll get you started on any of these three packages. Now that you've learned the 100% open rate secret that Kim has designed, now it's time for you to apply it to your business. No matter how small or how big you are, it makes a big difference when your product or service that you are in love with gets delivered and the message gets read. So now that you know the secret, now it's time to apply it. So go to sendoutcards.com, enter that sponsor ID number, and send the receipt to Kim and Vic and get started with your own 100% open rate secret right now. Thanks, everyone, and good night.